Hey, how you doing? Let me show you this video here, and raise your hand if you think it's an airplane. That's what somebody told me when they first saw it, and I just wasn't buying it. I saw this thing coming with my naked eye, and I couldn't get a steady video of it, so I just set the tripod down and let it fly through the field of view here. Now, this is something similar, in my opinion, that I took a video of back in April. And you see that center line going through it there? It's the same as this one here. It's another video that I had back in April. I can't find them right now, but that's two screen grabs of different objects that have a similarity to the one that you just watched. Now, I want to show you a series of screen grabs of this thing here, and to, make sure you know what you're looking at. There's a little screen grab thing up there in the corner, and I'll zoom in on it here. Now, this is extremely unique, in my opinion. This unit right here is building up for lack of a better term, some kind of a static discharge, in my opinion, and casting it off to this one side. But for some reason, it's not just streaking out here like a bolt of lightning. It's maintaining a distance to this object here. And the only thing I can think of that would hold something like that would be a magnetic field of some kind. What kind of material this is made out of, I don't know. They talk about metamaterials, and I honestly don't have any idea what that could even be. But somebody's got something figured out, that's for sure. Quasi-particles or nanoparticles or something like that, but it's rather incredible if you ask me. And you only get these images like this when you slow that thing down and have a good look at it. Again, this here is a screen grab out of that video that you just watched, and it happens so fast that you don't really notice that it goes through all these different changes as it's flying by. Gary McKinnon had looked at some other pictures that I had, and he noticed this chunk right here taken out of some of the other objects in the photographs, and he said it reminded him of the tether video, and I'm completely inclined to agree with that. There is some similarity somehow along the line between a lot of these objects that we're seeing. And you see this here, like appendage here. I don't know if this is here all the time, okay? And this is building up a static charge, or something along those lines, and then it's illuminating something that's here the whole time, and you just can't see it until it gets excited by the electrical field, or not. I mean, I'm not sure exactly what's causing it to do that, but it's clearly not an aircraft that I'm familiar with. Now, what I've done here is I've taken screen grabs of that same video and I put them through a filter. Okay, it's the same filter for all of these screen grabs. Now, I want you to have a look at these in case you thought that was an airplane, which is, I guess it would be easy to do if you just, really weren't paying attention and you just glanced at it or saw something blinking through the air. The first thought you would have is, yeah, it's just an airplane, and look away. But upon closer inspection here, you see there's, again, is that smaller piece over here. Now, this could be this big, and you just can't see it, is my reasoning here. Or it could be discharging off the surface of whatever that is. For what reason, I don't know. But again, this is really unique right here. You see how the shape of this part that's cast off is identical nearly to this shape right here, but there are some differences. This right here has got a blue tint to it, and this has got that kind of a reddish brown tint to it, and yet the shapes are the same, but the colors are different. So it's the same filter. So the color variances that are going on in there have got to be unique to the object itself. And this almost looks like some kind of wiring which I know that it isn't, okay, but on a quasi level or a, nanoparticle level, it may amount to some type of wiring, so to speak, and a magnetic field that's responding to a magnetic resonance. And so it looks like wiring due to the fact of whatever kind of material it's made out of. And it's not, like I said, just running off that way, because it's being held by a magnetic force being generated out of that the main object there, best I can guess. So it maintains the shape of the original object, whatever that secondary unit is, when it pops out there like that. Why it's doing that, I really don't know, but it's just proof to me that this is not an airplane. I mean, there's just no way you could get a photograph like this through any kind of filter that would give you this undulation going on here. We're at the strobe on an airplane. It just doesn't add up. So this is something entirely different and very unique, in my opinion, whatever these things are. It's just really neat looking, isn't it? So at the end here, the screen grab here is from the end of the video, when it was like up in here in the video, okay, and it's starting to change shape at that particular time in the video as it goes off screen there. Well, it's kind of doing that the whole time, but I mean, it's really becoming elongated right there. So how in the world this is being controlled? Is it doing that by I don't know, just because it's alive, or because it's receiving radio signals causing it to do that? Beyond me, but it's just really interesting. I mean, you can see again the shape is very similar to the original. This being the original over here, and this is the part that's popping off or blinking like a strobe. And yet when it does that, for some reason, it's a different color than it is here. So that discharge like that is causing something in that metamaterial, or whatever it's made out of, to respond in that kind of way. Pretty neat. So anyway, this is a slowed down version of that orb as it was going by, and you can kind of see that line running through the middle of it if you look close. I see a lot of them have got that same thing on there. It just makes me think that they're opposing magnetic fields, and that's just where the north and south fields are divided at. So if you have subscribed to this channel, I really appreciate it. I know I'm not very good at this stuff, but I thank you for having a look, and for subscribing if you have. So I appreciate it, I really do. So take care, and thanks for watching.